So I have a bag full of used Dean Koontz paperback books. Now I've only read a couple of his books over the years, and they were alright. Some were better than others, of course. However, people recommend Dean Koontz to me and they say you should read him. So I would like to read one of these. The problem is that I have no idea what any of these books are about. First thing anyone would do when they pick up a book is they say, well, I'm going to read the synopsis. Okay. Fuck. So the first thing you got to deal with is this. Every one of these books, they just put his picture on the back. So that means now I have to hunt around and look for the plot synopsis. And that's really not so bad. I know that sometimes books put the plot synopsis here in the front here. Okay. The fever is spreading, seizing the men and women of Black River, plaguing them with night chills, driving them to violent acts of rape and murder. The fever is spreading, designed by top scientists and unleashed in a monstrous conspiracy. Its deadly spell can unlock the most frightening potential of the human mind. The fever is spreading, the nightmare is real, and death is the only cure. Alright, doesn't really tell me a lot. There we go. He is back. See, what a lot of these, what they do is they'll just use don't close your eyes, don't close your eyes, don't close your eyes. He is back, he is back, he is back, he is back. This one we already saw. Video here too. Oh, well, it's a little different. This is closer and closer and closer. And here we have, they're out there, they're out there, they're out there. And all these things really ever do is they use the same words over and over. Chilling, terror, nightmare, darkness, fear. There's really not much of a description to these things, so I still don't know what book to read. This book, False Memory, is one of the most obnoxious ones I have here. How many times can we use fear or a synonym of fear? It's a fear more paralyzing than falling, more terrifying than absolute darkness, more horrifying than anything you can imagine. It's the one fear you cannot escape, no matter where you run, no matter where you hide. It's the fear of yourself. It's real. It can happen to you, and facing it can be deadly. Fear for your mind. Okay, that tells me absolutely nothing, and it just sounds ridiculous. However, if you see on this, you wouldn't really think you'd have to do this. You see that this is kind of the plot synopsis on the, I guess it's what passes for a synopsis on the back. So you don't really think about it, but oh no, if you open it up, what? Hold on. Right here, that's what the book is about here. It's about she's makes video games or something, and she's suddenly afraid of her own shadow and her own reflection. I don't know if it's good. I can't. Here we've got Mr. Murder. All right. I always wonder what Mr. Murder's first name would be. I think it would be Ted Murder. Now this book actually, some of these do actually have descriptions of them, but they're still very generic. Midnight here seems to be about a town where everybody starts going apeshit, and there are 4 unlikely survivors that must stop them all. That sounds an awful lot like, Mistaken Phantoms here is about, I can't even, okay, here we go. There's a town where they find a bunch of people dead, and nobody knows why it is, and then there is a group of survivors that are going to try to stop it. Here we've got Whispers. Okay, this one might be good. Alright. No, it's not going to be good at all. It's terrifying. Can't be stopped. It's coming back again and again, and it kills. And I don't have any. That doesn't. Night Chills seems to be another one of these where there is a town that is plagued by, it really is plagued, it says it right there. Oh, I might have already read this one. Shit. Twilight Eyes, here, let's see about this. Alright. People are cursed with the Twilight Eyes. It might be a blessing or a curse. There's shit lurking in the darkest shadows. An eerie moonlit carnival. Fiendishly plotting their ultimate triumph. Don't scream, they'll hear you. Does anybody know what any of these things are about? Here's what I've got. Like I say, some of them are better descriptions than others, but if anybody knows any of these books and can actually recommend them and tell me what it is they liked about them, tell me what, just tell me something about the book that was good and that why you recommend it. Okay, so here we've got Night Chills, Twilight Eyes, Ted Murder, we've got The Vision, I've got Midnight, I've got The Face of Fear. This one sounds okay, it's a guy, but it sounds kind of like a gimmick book. It's about a guy, a psychic, he's trapped in a skyscraper up on, you know, a high level floor with a psychopath trying to kill everybody. There's a blizzard going on outside, and now here's where, that sounds okay. You think that doesn't sound like a bad, it sounds like Die Hard actually, but like, you know, with, you know, just with a psychic. Problem here is that I'm kind of afraid that it's going to be a gimmick book where it's just going to be a big description of him climbing down the front of the building, because it makes a mention of him falling off of Mount Everest or some shit earlier, and I just don't want to do. I don't want to read 300 pages of, you know, chilling description of him climbing down and getting scared. I don't want to read that. Here we've got Lightning. This is about. This one had something different. The day this girl was born, there was some weird things went on. A guy. This guy is like a guardian angel from Lightning. I don't know. Phantoms. This was a movie, and I never really saw all of it. And I don't know. You can't go by the movie for any of these. Here I've got Whispers and False Memory. Okay, here's one. This one actually might be a good book, but it doesn't really. Again, doesn't really go anywhere. It's about a cop who thinks everything is great, and then he kills a guy, and a bum tells him he's going to be dead by dawn. Okay. And that's all I've got. So if anybody can vouch for any of these books, please do so. Otherwise, I'm going to read Charles Bukowski.